Hello. I've got a scared little dog. He's extra scared of the noise today. Come on, love, this way. He seems to be extra scared. So I can't go near the sea today. But it's a glorious, beautiful day. Absolutely lovely. Look at this. Stunning. Loving it. It's alright, my bird. No, it's okay. No, he's trying to trip me up. He's quite clever, really. He trips me up so that I can't go to where he doesn't want to go to. So we're just going to walk on the sands, so we're well away from that terrible noisy ocean. No, come on, don't trip me up. Bodie, come on now. There you go, see? Runs between my legs. Bodie, no, we're miles away. Okay, I think, there we go. Try that for a minute. Look at him pulling like mad over there. Come here, we're miles away. Obviously he can hear the Bodie. He can hear the sound a lot more than me. Anyway, we're out of breath and been bimbling for a while, so I finished this off in the car because he's nervous. I don't want him feeling nervous. Normally he goes for a run and all the rest of it. I've let him off 3 times. Bodie, here! Let him off 3 times, but he just runs between my legs trying to trip me up. Here, please! Here, please! Bode. Here, good boy. Right, we're going to go back to the car, okay? Are you happy now? Yeah? Bodie, please don't pull, we're going to the car. Oh, I might settle him. No, don't pull. Okay, we'll see you back at the car then. I bought a Slurpee, same as usual. Wow, I'm loving it. At least one of us is. He has these days where he just gets so nervous, you know. Bless him. Okay, be back in a bit. Cheers. Oh, hello. We are shattered and we've got a hell of a sweat on. I didn't realise it was going to be so hot today. It's probably not hot, it's, well, it is hot. It's about 21 or 22 degrees. But of course when you're walking, particularly walking through sand, your body temperature goes up. It must be 30 degrees I am, so I'm leaking. So I'm having a fag and a Slurpee. Bodie wasn't feeling it today, a bit scared, very scared actually, so I didn't want to push it. Bless him. It's nice to come here, but if he's not feeling it, then, you know, we're not going to stay. But anyway, whatever, we'll be at the woods or somewhere in a day or two, won't we? No doubt. Oh dear. So, I'm going to make this video. This is about working from home. A lot of people are new to working from home, for obvious reasons. I've been working from home for over a year now. I started in last March. And I don't know all and everything about it, and everybody does their own thing and you find your own way through it and all the rest of it, but somebody said to me, how do you remain focused with working from home? And then she went on to say that she's working for a particular firm and she now works from home, first time ever in 28 years or 26 years that she's been with this particular company. and just wondered, how do I remain focused? Well, you do find your own way and you find your own pattern, and it's a matter of getting comfortable with that. It's kind of a routine, but I mean, you will find your own routine. Everybody will do their own thing. I don't work every day. I work if and when. If a work comes in, then I work. But my routine when I've got work, I don't start until about 11. That's kind of my time to start. Reason being, I want a couple of Slurpees, I want my meds, I want to go and walk my dog, I want to do things, sort myself out if I'm going to have an early shower or whatever I might do. So I like to feel comfortable so that I've done all that, so now I can begin work, sort of thing. So I haven't got anything in my mind that I must do. Bodhi's not going to pester me. I'm not going to really think or worry about anything in particular. So that's my routine, really. I start at 11. It's important to have a break as well, and I have a break 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something like that, for about an hour. I'm not overly strict on that. They do say that when you're working, you shouldn't limit your breaks in any way. Sorry, I'm still sweating. And make sure you have regular breaks and what have you. Well, you find your own way through, and my own way through is I work normally, when I got working, I work from 11 till it can finish 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So I don't really work much over about 5 or 6 hours per day. But even with that, I still take a break, and I have a roughly 45, 55 minutes, something like that. How to remain focused, really, is to make it your workspace. And by that, I mean, sort out an area, sort out a desk in your bedroom or in your lounge or spare room, whatever you've got, so that when you go and sit at that particular place, your brain switches over to work. You only sit there when it's work time. I've got 2 monitors, and I mostly sit kind of in this kind of position. When I'm at work, I turn the chair and I face completely that way, and even that turn tells me I'm now at work. And the other thing I would say is compartmentalise things, box things, so, and do them till they're complete. So if you're checking your emails, check all of your emails. Write notes if you need to, phone numbers if you've got to make a number of phone calls or whatever it is, and don't deviate from that. Don't think, I must check that spreadsheet, and I'll just phone so-and-so quickly, or whatever. Just do your emails. When that's complete, that job is done and dusted, apart from perhaps you may have to respond to a couple of emails, or you may have to phone your employer or whatever. So box that off. Once that's done, once those emails are responded to, once those phone calls are replied to, that area is done. You can then open, if it's a spreadsheet, if it's files, whatever your work may be, if it's arranging appointments or interviews or whatever. So you box each thing off, and you see an end to that. You start it, you complete it, then you start the next thing, complete it, you start the next thing. And that's how I do my day. So I can see the end of my day coming, and I know what my end of day will look like when things are done and complete, and I'm happy. But to remain focused, really, is to kind of limit. Don't sit there from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Sit there from 9 till 10:30. Get up, stretch your legs, go and stand in the garden, have a fag, have a Slurpee, go and have a wee, do whatever. Come back to it 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, it's your time. And do another couple of hours, and about 12 o'clock, give yourself a bit of a break. And just have these bite-sized sections to your day. And I'll tell you what, you'll be amazed at what you can actually complete. In 1 hour, sat alone, I can probably complete what I would do in an 8-hour shift of doing what I was doing if I was to work for a particular services or whoever I work for kind of thing. So if I went into an office, you know what it's like, you go and get a coffee and somebody says, how was your weekend, or what did you do last night, and you have a very quick chat, and then somebody says, did you see that programme on telly last night? And then you explain, I don't have a television. Oh, don't you? Why not? When did you last have a television? You know, what do you do for entertainment? And you get into a bit of a conversation, and before too long, and I've done this because I've worked in office environments, and I've started at 8:30, I haven't opened my computer until after my first break, and my first break is 10:15, so I come back from that about 11 o'clock. That's the time that I actually start work. So those couple of hours or more I've lost completely. And then you normally just start and the phone will ring and there's a little bit of a problem they want you to deal with and all the rest of it, and it can be confusing, it can take your time away, you can deal with all that. You can then go back to your emails and you haven't even started your emails, and it's kind of nearly lunchtime, so you give that up and think, well, I'll go for lunch, and I'll come back, then I'll check my emails. And I've done that, and I've actually started work proper at about 1:30 in the afternoon, maybe 2 o'clock, with an aim to finish my day at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And sometimes I don't get disturbed, or didn't get disturbed for a couple of hours, and I would come away, and although I achieved whatever it was I wanted to achieve, I did maybe 2 hours work, 2.5 hours work perhaps, in that 8-hour shift. So when I'm at home, which I am now, in 1 solid hour of no knocks on the door, no phone calls, Bodhi's quite happy, I'm not doing anything, I'm not choosing music to listen to or cooking a meal, you know, I'm not doing anything, but I'm sat there working, and in that 1 hour I can get perhaps not an 8-hour shift, but do you know what I mean? I can certainly complete most of my working day had I been in an office. So for me, I think working from home is very, very beneficial, very beneficial. Financially, I'm not going to go into finances really, but financially I'm far better off working from home than I am working in an office, because they're not paying for insurance, for light, for heating, for the office space, the rent of the building, and it goes on and on really, things they're not paying for. And even daft things, you look at tea bags or toilet rolls or the water bill, they're not supplying any of that, you supply all of that. So a lot of the extra cash that they're saving, if they're a decent service or company, will come to you. So I feel this is very, very beneficial to work at home, as long as you do remain as focused as possible, you know, and you don't be a slave to yourself. Got the old postman out in this weather. Oh, it's nice, bit of breeze. Yeah, I think really overall, just find your own way through, because I don't know what you're doing, so I wouldn't know how to organise your day. But you will find your way through, because you're new to it, then everything is new and awkward and all the rest of it. But yeah, I suppose, you know, you start at a certain time, you finish at a certain time, stick to those rules. You have your lunch at a certain time, stick to those rules, self-imposed rules, and get done what you need to get done before you move on. For me, I think that's really important. Some people can juggle 50 different things, and you know, they're on the phone and they're also working on a spreadsheet at the same time, and they've got perhaps another computer next to them or a laptop, and they're dealing with an email. I can't do that, and it doesn't work with me. I like to give my full attention, so if the phone goes and it's my work phone, then I answer it and I deal with that issue, problem, whatever. My work, I need to, it's very quiet, my work. I get a lot of files in and things like that, and I need to read a lot of stuff very slowly, very sensibly. On the other screen I've got, I can make notes, my opinions, my suggestions, if I think something should be changed, if I think something is factually wrong, because I deal with quite a lot of mental health issues, and mental health issues records rather are kept for 40 years in this country, longest records ever really, so you need those to be absolutely factually correct. If I don't feel they're factually correct for whatever reason, then I need to make them factually correct, but to make a phone call to say, look, I've done this and I've done that, I've now sent it to you by PDF on email, have a look at it, any problems, and you get back to me. They never do. So yeah, I mean, like I say, it all depends what you're doing, but to remain focused is to treat it as a job. You are at work, and as I say, if you can just turn your chair, or if you can't, if you've only got the one desk, do something. If you've got on your desk photos of the family, maybe turn those around. Or if you haven't got photos of the family, maybe put a picture of the family there. You know, just do whatever that says to your brain, I am now at work. If you've always got a cushion behind you, take it out so that you actually sit forwards. So you're sat in a position that says, I am now at work. If it helps, dress for work. Obviously not as you're going to work, but instead of working in your dressing gown all day, maybe put a shirt on or a blouse if you're a young lady, so you feel ready for work. Maybe put a cardigan on and only wear that cardigan when you're at work. It's all to fool the brain, to tell the brain, okay, this is where I am now, this is what I'm doing, I am at work. It's so easy to allow your brain just to drift a little bit. I'm very lucky in the fact that people know that they can contact me anytime, my friends, family, whatever, they can contact me at any time, but they all know that if I say, look, I'm really busy at the minute, I'll speak to you later, they say that's fine. And they know that I'm busy and I'm working, because when you're at home, people assume that you're not working. So you might get a friend say, oh, I'll pop in tomorrow for a coffee. And you'll say, well, no, I've got work to do. Yeah, but you're at home. It doesn't matter, does it? It will get easier. More and more people are working from home, and that sort of thing will end when somebody say, not are you in tomorrow, but they say, are you busy tomorrow? And you'll say, yeah, I'm working. So that will get easier over time. But tell yourself that you're at work. Make sure that you know that you're at work. Maybe even drink out of a work mug or a certain mug. Have that on the desk. Even if you don't want to drink, have that on the desk. It's anything really, just to put that mind thinking, yes, okay, I'm at work. Because at home and at work, it's so confusing sometimes, particularly for you if you just started it over the last number of weeks. I hope it's helped a little bit, but basically you will find your own way. Just to recap, I think routine, so you start at a certain time, you finish at a certain time, and boxing things off. So whatever you do, you have to make a series of phone calls. Do those, box that off. Emails, do that. Working on files, spreadsheets, whatever you need to do that. Box things off so the end of the day is coming, you know the end of the day is coming, and everything is done and dusted, and then you can turn your photos round to your family or whatever you've got, and now you're at home sort of thing. Put the cushion back, take your cardi off, use a different mug. I'm now at work, I'm now at home, you know, but you will find your way through. It's just because it's new, just because it's different, and you're so used to being at work. 26 years, I think you said. It's a long time really to suddenly have this change, but you'll get by. You will get by. Okay, I think I'm just going to sit and just rest now for about half an hour while I drink my Slurpee before we go home. So have a lovely day, everybody. and we'll be back soon. Take care then, and be well. Ta-da.